people follow the information. We're pretty much
Mm-hmm.
sedentary, so you figure
Mm-hmm.
that out. Well, that's what I'm saying. People gonna live longer because think about it. The our lifestyles are way less physical, like all
Yeah.
of ours, like that. So if you take care of stuff, the one thing that I think is going to totally affect lifespan for us moving forward, along with everything you said, the high blood pressure has always been called the silent killer. But silent killer number two is stress. And the stress that we put, some of it is self-induced, but the stress we put ourselves under is tremendous. And it affects the body. And I'm here living testament. It affects all those systems. Stress can affect every one of the systems, every one of the
Mm-hmm.
vital systems. And
Mm-hmm.
you have to the stress, anxiety, whatever might be happening, it can affect every system. And so
Mm-hmm.
if you don't recognize stress, pressure, whatever, I mean, not to say whatever like nothing, but just like all these things that we're kind of talking to now in the mental health space and all that. If you don't start admitting it and recognizing it, it will lead to your body deteriorating because you know you being stressed starts becoming normalized. Like you stressed all the time, so you don't think. But guess what? Your body is paying for it. And then as you mature,
Mature,
get
mature.
mature, yeah, your body can't fight it anymore. And
Right.
so now stress leads to inflammation. Inflammation is the basis of almost every doggone disease or problem in the human body.
Mm-hmm.
You stress, you don't eat the best. And as even if you don't eat the best, you overeat, you undereat. Um, and hey, I'm talking from that's one thing about me. I'm telling you, that's where I've been, and so I'm not. I haven't been doing the right things myself, but it's you know. But I think what helps is I'm cognizant of it. So I'm like, oh, okay, you know, and I realized that it's not a normal state of being. So it's like I gotta change. I gotta get some of it is just by going down. Start with something like the Four Agreements.
Mm-hmm.
Don Miguel Ruiz, I believe. The Four Agreements. Stop beating yourself up. Like it basically is just, the Four Agreements talks about the agreements that we make with ourselves throughout the course of our life, especially when we're young.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them just aren't true. You might say, I'm not this, or I'll never be this, and all that. And you might say as a kid or a teenager, young adult, and you may not verbalize it anymore as you get older, but it's still in there. Since you never disproved it to yourself. You never say, yo, no, that's not true. And so there's things now, even I just have to say, well, that's not true. I'll be like, about myself, and I'll be like, wait a minute, that's just not true. It's just not like on a fact table. It's just not true.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one way to deal with anxieties, imposter syndrome, all these different things. I was watching the track and field trials yesterday, and they were interviewing Gabby Thomas, and she was talking about imposter syndrome. She went in when she started training with professionals, talking about she had imposter syndrome. At that point, she hadn't been I don't think she had won the medal. But you think about this: we look at people, world class athletes, and you like, we think, yo, should be all good, right? Like they don't, she was like, she had imposter syndrome. Granted, I said, she's young, so she was still coming out, but still, I'm like, yo, you making moves. You got imposter
Mm-hmm.
syndrome? Like with anybody. So it's a human thing. We doubt ourselves. The world is designed to make us doubt ourselves. That's what's going on here. People,
Yeah.
aka the haters, for me to rise, not me, but for some people to rise, I'm going to suppress the others so that I can rise, rather than, hey, everybody's out here doing their thing, you in your lane, I'm gonna rise as much as I can. And heck, if I can help you, it's all good. Was a high tide rises all the boats. But some people in the world in general want to tell you where you're deficient every day. And it's subliminal. It's subliminal. I say about advertisements. They tell you, oh, you should have this car. You should wear these clothes. You should take this vacation. You should have this house.
You should have this attitude problem.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's TV shows. Yeah, I'm talking about commercials. It's like telling you everything, but it's I mean, this is we on some whole other stuff today, man.
We letting it out. Listen, the clothes is outside on the line drying.
Yeah, but it's a new precedent, and I think what you said perfect is merging. Like, businesses a lot of times is very mechanic, very static. It's very this is this, and you have to do that, but you don't account for the human element. And as I said, reporting on business is even that. Everything is that no one's going to do an article on somebody that has a cash crunch that they have not resolved yet. They're still in the middle of resolving. No one's going to publish that article because who's really going to get that interview? But no one, so that's what when you see so many people saying, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know what, because school doesn't teach you about business failures. Some probably do, but I'm just saying in general. People don't say, people don't study failures. People don't go study, be like, so what went wrong? People don't do that. People don't look all the way back to the other side. It's two sides. There's always two sides. That's why I'm always more intrigued with a company in the early stages. Like what was the mountain hiking? What was that like? I see you're on top now. I see that. That's fine. But you had to do some stuff to go from the bottom to the top. So that period in between theirs was interesting to me. Just being like, we're now this, we're now that, we shipped to this many million customers and all that. Okay, I get that. That's made for TV.